Oh, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a Wild Hair Day episode of our life. Balding. Anyway, my wife has the TV on, and they were talking about Saturday Night Live, and I thought I'd make a quick video about that. When I was in HIH, we called it HIH, Houston International Hospital. Um, yeah, I just changed the temperature on it. There was, let's see, I think Wesley Tibbet. I think he went there after I did, and then he went to Edgemead and Mineral Wells. Then he went to Devereaux, but he was only in Devereaux for like a week, and they kicked him out. And they don't kick people out of those places.
He didn't last long.
No.
He must beat up the staff or something.
Something, yeah. I remember the last time I saw him. I mean, I wish you wouldn't have killed yourself, man, because you were a good guy. But there was another kid at Devereaux that had also been at HIH. So, um, anyway, so the whole Saturday Night Live thing. On Saturday nights, we would watch Saturday Night Live. Now, I don't know which one we watched first. Saturday Night Live and Monty Python. We watched those. They were like back to back. We watched them back to back. And there's a mustache hair that's like sticking out. Anyway, one of the guys that worked there, he had hair like, not Jimmy Page, I don't think. Anyway, the lead singer for Led Zeppelin. Yes, it was back in those days. It was back in the days where they still had folk and folk rock on the radio as well. There was a radio station in Houston that was like the radio station. And I remember when they'd play John Denver and Led Zeppelin back to back. You're just not going to find that today. But anyway, and then there was this lady that had worked at Bel Air when I was in Bel Air, and I guess it was dinner time. I was eating, and I saw her walk into the dining room, and I got up and ran over there and gave her a big hug. She was the person that turned me on to grass, weed, herb, cannabis, pot, whatever you want to call the stuff. Smoked one joint. It was years before I ever did that again. But my shrink at HIH decided, oh, he's a drug addict. Smoked one freaking joint. And that's why I got sent to Edgemead up in Mineral Wells, which is closed. As far as I know, HIH is closed too. I can't find anything can't find anything for it. It was down the street from Rice University. I think the medical center area. The building's still there. I just don't think it's the same company or institution or whatever. It was while I was in Bel Air that Elvis died. I was never a big Elvis fan, even though the first drive-in movie that I ever went to see while I was in Austin was an Elvis movie. Not that it meant much to me, but I don't really remember anything except that it was an Elvis movie. But yeah, when I left HIH, all the kids got together, got this big whiteboard, and they all autographed it, and they also bought me I think it was John Denver's Greatest Hits LP, which was really nice. I kept the that big whiteboard for decades, literally. And my mother threw it away. Yeah. But
Mothers are good at doing shit like that.
mhm.
Or always something you want.
Yep. And I would love to get in touch with everybody down there that that was in there. I mean, I know can't get in touch with Wes, but um, I did something once that almost got the what beat out of me. It was one of those nights where everybody was just rowdy and just
Bad night.
yeah, and they had what they called special teams. A special team was when somebody was out of control. They called special team, and all these big staff members came and pounced on the person, like 10, 15 of them pounced on the person, and the nurse comes up from behind and injects him in the butt with something. And so I was scared that something bad was going to wind up happening. So I actually said something like, "Oh no, they called special teams," which I have no idea if they had done that or not. I mean, I was just doing that because I wanted everybody to calm down so we didn't get into trouble, because I just had this feeling that something really bad was about to happen. But I almost got the, what, if they would have figured out it was me, because they never figured out who started that. But if they would have figured out it was me, I would not have been feeling too good. But anyway, so Saturday Night Live and Monty Python's Flying Circus. I always liked the one about the guy who was running in the race. And he's been doing this race for 50 years or something. You find him all over the world. Anyway, bye.